All right, so I'm here with Miss Malaron Hodge, who is a friend that I recently met, and we're going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing an edition of what I'm going to be calling First Time Friday, which features somebody on my channel that has never held a snake before. So this is your first time.
This is my first time. I'm a little nervous. I'm sweating.
It's probably because it's hot in here, though. I keep it kind of warm.
Okay. Let's say it's that.
It's that. That's exactly what it is. So I'm going to ask you a few questions before we kind of jump into it. So you've never held a snake before?
Nope.
Have you ever touched a snake?
A dead snake.
Wait, I need to hear this. What?
Well, I grew up on a farm. I don't know if you remember that. So
okay, yes.
Anytime we saw a snake, we would kill it. And I may have touched it to make sure,
Oh my God.
I know. So.
No offense taken. It's okay. We're starting over a new leaf, though.
A new leaf.
Yes.
A new leaf.
It's a new day.
Kinda.
So, as far as apart from touching one, you've seen them in person, obviously.
Yeah.
You have a fear of them.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like there was hesitation there, though.
Well, I have a fear of them, but it's not because one bit me or something like that. It's just this slithering thing that you've been conditioned to think is going to kill you.
Okay, so is that all snakes, or is that venomous snakes, or where do you think?
All the snakes, even the garden snakes. They're could get you.
Garden snakes the least harmless of them all.
I know. I still agree with
So literally, the smallest snakes was just literally, it's a creepy thing, or is it
I think it's a creepy thing.
Okay, cause I can get that. I don't like insects, right? The creepy crawly kind of thing kind of just makes me kind of stay left of that, right?
Right.
But so I understand that. So would you say that's what it's associated with?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you think actually holding one or seeing one up close and personal could kind of rid yourself of that fear, or
maybe, or it might just amplify.
No, we're not amplifying anything. Okay.
But no, it may rid it because I just think about what I've been told, and also, I think about the story where your mom was like, "It's in the Bible."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "It's in the Bible."
I mean, absolutely, because literally, before I got into all of this. I wouldn't say I had a fear of snakes, but it was more so that's not natural.
Right.
You don't have that kind of thing as a pet.
Yeah.
My son asked me for a pet. I'm like, no, that's a snake. You want a dog or a cat or something.
Right.
It's just kind of out of the norm. And I think that's kind of where, that fear is associated with most people.
Yes.
It's okay, for example, most people aren't have a fear of tiger. You know not to mess with a tiger, but there's no fear there where you're terrified of it. But if somebody were to say I have a pet tiger, I'm not going to your house.
I'm not going to your house
at all. It's in a cage,
going to your house.
right? So I think that's kind of where most of that comes from when it comes to exotic animals being kept as pets. So we are going to start off with her holding a snake, one of my snakes, and I'm gonna start her off small. We're not gonna even though I don't have any huge snakes, but we're gonna work our way up to the bigger ones. So I'm gonna go get a snake, and I'll be right back.
If I pass out, Nate, just fan me until I wake up, okay?
So this is
small?
the smallest one that I have. About, yes. Yeah, I have another one that's about his size.
Okay.
But he's pretty small. Now, I was talking to Malaron earlier about some of the ball python triggers for their, what would you call it, defensiveness, right? So about not touching the head, especially if you're first time. You see that? You go near his head.
Yeah.
They don't like that, right? Now, some of them are more jumpy than others, but the most important thing is that you're supporting their body.
Okay.
And not making any sudden movements.
Okay.
Because, like that. Now, like I said, he's not as jumpy, but that's what you want to...
And when he starts going on my arm, can I just slide him back?
You can. You can hand him whenever you want to.
Okay.
I might pick another one. He's a little stressed.
Oh, yeah, you stressed.
I mean,
Maybe he can feel my let me calm my heart.
Okay, he's a little calmer. So I'm just going to hand him to you like that. You can just
Is
hold
it
out.
ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Just both your hands.
Ooh. Oh, okay, what's his name? Let me.
His name is Nightwolf. But it's more like a fandom,
okay.
you know, Mortal Kombat.
Woo! Oh. Okay. I got it, Nate.
You did?
Okay, this
You
is
ready?
so bad.
Okay,
you
okay.
ready? Woo! It fit. Ooh.
So how does it feel?
Like
a lot of people say that they think they're gonna feel slimy at
yes.
first.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not snake skin that you see on boots. It's not like that.
Well, you felt his underbelly? Do you want to like kind of pet the back, like his top
While
part?
you're holding
him?
Okay.
If he'll stay still.
Oh yeah, that's definitely different. Oh, hello. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back because he obviously.
You doing a lot. I did it.
You did. So now I am going to get another snake, a little bigger, and yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Katana.
Katana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what's Katana's head? Oh, there it is. Okay.
So she would be considered a subadult. So
okay.
She's not a hatchling. She's not a juvenile, and I don't have many juveniles. It's mostly like small, and then this size, and then adults. So what I'm gonna have you do, because before with the hatchling, you were just kind of like palming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to stretch her out a little bit so that you can hold her on her midsection.
Okay, midsection.
And
oh, okay. Oh, she's big.
Ooh, now remember
okay.
I said you just gotta support her body, support her midsection.
She got a long mid. Okay.
Just support that.
Okay. I got you.
And
am I supporting her?
Yep. And if she moves, if you feel comfortable, you can just move along with her.
Okay.
You know.
And how do I move with her?
So if
oh, when's she coming? She coming to me?
No.
Go back, Katana. Okay, we're just breathing. Oh yeah, there we go. Going back, girl.
So yeah, she's doing it. This is amazing.
Oh, I'm sweating all the way through it. Okay, this isn't so bad. Okay.
Right? Okay, so as she moves, she's pretty stiff, is she?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and what does that mean? She's nervous?
Yeah, there's a little like defensive.
She's not gonna squeeze
no
the life out of me.
No,
okay.
They're not even strong enough to probably.
No.
They're not even strong enough to like squeeze the life out of a child.
Yeah.
You know, he would be even like strong enough to like unwrap her.
Yeah.
This is Nate, everyone. He's made an appearance. Nathan Harper. So.
But it's something how she can like grip like that. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a strong grip.
Yeah, they do have a really, because you know they're constrictors.
Yeah.
That's how they kill their prey. So, and what I meant to by like support, like I guess move with her, she's actually pretty still. I mean, a lot of them, you have some that are like stiff like this, won't move much, and then you have him in that cage right there.
Uh-huh.
He will wither and wiggle like crazy. You want to put her back now?
Yeah.
So do they like when you're like holding them and like?
So they much prefer to be in like their small spaces.
Oh.
Holding them for too long can really stress them out.
Okay.
But they are the type of animal that can get used to being held.
Okay.
But just overdoing it can stress them out, causing them to go off of food. You got it?
Yeah, she was like slid.
Are you sure it's her tub? Does she have a blue bowl?
Yeah, and her name says Kitana.
Okay, good. So that was medium size.
Okay.
And now
Where's her horns?
we're gonna go really big.
Okay.
Not as big as I have.
Okay, where did the names come from?
So I think that when I first started like collecting them, naming them was like one of my favorite things to do because it all came with like a personality. But as far as like what names I choose, it's like heavily based on like the things that I probably like watch. Most of them come from like.
See her?
Okay.
Okay.
She's kind of wet.
Wait, she's crawling up you.
So I named her Mazikane because she was a ferocious eater. But when she wasn't eating, she's just like really sweet. And even in the show, you know, the character Mazikane, she's like this badass demon, but she had like these emotions and feelings, and, like a softie, right? So I am going to hand her to you.
Yeah, but why is she crawling up you?
She's active, so she's one of my active ones when I take her.
So she's gonna crawl up me?
Maybe.
No,
is that too much?
I don't want her to like go into my shirt.
No, and that's what I was saying. Like you just want to. Oh my goodness! You just want to move with her, and I won't let her crawl up your shirt. So I'll be here to kind of. But.
Ooh, I don't know if I'm ready yet. Ooh, she's coming! I'm not ready yet! Woo!
And
she's like, I'm ready for you to be ready. No, don't come over here, girl.
And if you want to, you can kind of like even just sit her in your lap. I mean, so, you know, you're kind of just like touching.
Nate? Okay, I can do it.
You want to put her in your lap?
Well, I don't know about my lap. Okay.
Want to support her body?
So I was scared when we first got one.
Okay.
But, but like just letting her like wrap around you makes you like feel comfortable about her and you'll get used to her.
Okay. Let her wrap. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Mazikane. Ooh, you are tightening up, sister. I'm supporting you.
Is she heavy?
You are a little heavy, girl. I can like feel her
muscles.
Oh wow, that's woo! That is so weird. Oh, you're doing great, girl. I'm in it myself.
You want to know what's so funny that you're probably feeling too?
Is there food?
No. So like she's like she's not pregnant, but she's building follicles.
Okay.
So like the way it works in snakes, you know, they have their follicles, and then the follicles are fertilized.
Oh, okay.
So by the male sperm.
Okay.
And you know, so it kind of like works backward. Like it has to be each egg.
Eggs then the sperm.
Exactly. And then it's like it's not like, you know, one time that they mate, you have all the eggs or all the follicles are fertilized. Yeah. It takes multiple times for them to pair for each follicle to be fertilized.
Okay.
So that's
what I'm also feeling.
Exactly. Her muscles and also like
girl,
her
congratulations.
Almost congratulations. Right, almost congratulations.
Oh, that is so wild. This is good enough for me.
This is amazing.
I thought I was gonna be able to like get her on my neck.
Do you want to do? Are you sure? I mean, because I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to hold these. But you probably want to take off your earrings because she is extremely like.
But was she trying to go in my ear or something?
No, she would try to go through those hoops though. Like,
okay.
You know, like they're going to go in any place that they can, but if she goes into the hoops and tries to pull your earring out, it will hurt. Like, so
She's gonna try to go in my mouth.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know. It's a hole. Okay, can I do it, Nate? Okay. Oh, Nate, all this peer pressure. I don't know if I can do it.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, let me hold it like this.
Yep.
Ah. Okay.
This is great. You just let me know when you're ready and I'll take her out.
I did it, Nate.
This is perfect.
Ah!
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Nate, I'm going to ask you to put her back. Put her back first.
Wow.
Thank you.
That was a rush. It's like riding the roller coaster. It was weird to feel like her muscles, because I feel like, I can feel like if I have a cramp,
right?
But I also imagine that's what like chiropractors feel. I don't know. It was really weird to just feel the muscles contract
and it's
expand.
funny too because like when I was telling you about like the eggs and the follicles, a lot of breeders will like palpate to make sure that the follicles are like a certain amount of like. I mean, I have not like gone to that level of expertise, but you can feel like just But as far as like how much growth of centimeters she's gotten in 2 months, like people literally can do that as doctors, kind of like feel for like spasms. Right. So what was the scariest thing in holding them? When you just did it just now.
I think it was like looking at her face and her eyes was like, "Are you looking at me? Are you looking at this meat? You gonna like bite it or something?" Because on movies it's like the snake comes and then it just wraps around you and then it suffocates you and you're dead. Right. And so I'm like, oh, is the snake gonna like come around and just like wrap around me? Right. And then also in feeling like, I can't remember which one, but just like how tight it was around my arm. And I'm like, wow, you can do that with your muscles and like, And I know we have muscles here, but it's different. Yeah.
I definitely get it because they're constrictors and you have, Burmese pythons and like reticulated pythons that can kill you. You know, I mean, they're not, prone to like attacking and seeing a human as food. That's not like most of the time. It's very, very rare that even a python of that size will kill somebody. Right. And if they do, it's not food related. Right. It's not because they want to eat you. It's typically a mistake. It's like they're seeking warmth. Okay. So they're cold-blooded animals, and if they can't raise their own body temperature. Okay. So in order for them to get the warmth that they're needing, they need to have outside warmth. Okay. So that's why when I'm heating their enclosures, they have like the proper heating equipment that's necessary to get their body temperature up. Yeah. Now, if again they were seeking heat and there was no heat around, but there's a person around, we run at 96.8? 98.6? Yeah. 98.6. Yeah. There you go. 98.6. So we run hot, and if they're looking for warmth, then their thing is to wrap around whatever that warmth is. Okay. Exactly. So
I thought the last one I thought was gonna pass out. I was like, even the first one, the little one.
Right, you thought that was big, right?
Little. I thought you gonna bring a little something.
Right now. Oh. But they, like typically when they're hatched, they're about this big. They'll fit about the palm of your hand. So I would say some of the smaller ones that I have are probably juvenile size, or just about. But would you say after doing all this that you've tackled any kind of fear as far as snakes go? Like, has anything been debunked?
I think there is some debunking that happened. But if I go out in the streets and I see a snake, I'll probably be like, okay. And then I walk the other way. I won't be like, hey, friend, let me pick you up.
But what's so funny is that I was in Texas visiting my sister like a few months ago, and we saw a gardener snake out like by her porch. And my Nate was like, "Oh, mommy, look, a snake." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I'm not about no. I mean, like it's just like someone who loves dogs.
I wanted to have it. Remember?
Yes. Someone who loves dogs doesn't necessarily see a stray and like, "Oh, come here, puppy." Like, no.
Some people do. That's strange.
It is. It's very strange. I mean, like, I don't want to do anything to do with any kind of like wild caught animals. Yeah. But some people specialize in wild caught. Like I know some breeders that will take animals that are like imported from different areas that are wild and try to like incorporate them into their collection. I have no desire to do that. I mean, you just have too many risks. Yeah. Way too many. And as far as like touching wild things, I don't care if it's a snake, I don't care if it's a cat. Right. I'm not gonna touch it. Like it's just not happening. So I completely understand that. Would you say that as far as like lizards or like reptiles go, you could ever see yourself owning one? I already know the answer before I ask it. I just no.
I don't know about owning one. He had one.
A snake?
Not a snake.
I had iguana. You knew that.
You had a
frog.
I had an iguana.
Yeah. Wait, you don't have it no more?
Nah, she passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
So if I were to walk in and see Frog, I'd probably
Right.
But I'm not like, oh, I think it's like if it's in, you know, its little humble abode,
right,
and not like out and about, you know.
Yeah, I mean, people ask me all the time like how often I hold them, and it's just I hold them when I'm cleaning their things, and that's probably, and when I'm changing their water, sometimes I'll take them out to see if there's anything in there, but you know, that's probably like once a week, once every 2 weeks. You know, I think when you become a breeder, there's less, if they're less like effective. Like I could actually, most of the ones that I showed you today were pretty like basic colors, morphs. They have some like really, really bright looking ones, some like crazy patterns, and I think that that's pretty much like where I get like most of my excitement from when keeping them. But I don't know. So I guess I can understand someone not wanting to. I think, you know, you have people that prefer dogs, you have people that prefer cats,
right,
and you have people that prefer reptiles. Like my thing about reptiles is that I'm not allergic to them, and that, you know, they're low maintenance. You know, they're not attachment animals. Right. You know, like I've had dogs before, and they're like constantly like up under you, and some people love that. I'm just not the type of person that I'm just not at all.
Right. It wasn't bad. Okay. So I like freaked out all day, and I was like, how is this gonna be? And I felt like I was excited leading up to it, but then like as we were in the elevator, I was like, oh, I'm about to hold a snake. There's several snakes. Right. And I think I just thought about like all the snakes that I would see in the yard like growing up. Right. And I'm like, well, is it gonna be one that's like as long as I am? Yeah, so it wasn't bad, and I would do it again. I don't know if I'd be like, I'm about to start breeding snakes or anything. Right. I'll leave that to you, Precious. But I would definitely like hold one again.
Do you think you have like a fear still of snake? Would you tell someone like I'm definitely afraid of like snakes?
I'm nervous of them. That's why when like if the head is like faced away, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But when it started to like do the little thing and come, is that like them smelling?
It is.
Okay.
Like smelling, tasting the air, just being curious. It's actually a really good sign. Okay. When you see a snake and they're like moving around and they're flicking their tongue and they're moving about, being like curious, it's a very good sign that they're not, you know, defensive. They're not like in some type of attack mode. But when you actually have one where they're in like a kind of S position, I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Like when their head is kind of like cocked back, they're very stiff, and you know, even like kind of similar to how that one was that wouldn't like really move when they're really rigid. Yeah, that's a very defensive position. Okay. Where, and even that, like again, but that's majority snake. Okay. You know, so ball pythons, they have like two responses: flight or fight, right? And they typically, and that's why they're called ball pythons, is because when they get scared, they ball up. They're very, very unlikely to strike at anything. Now, especially when they're like older, you have hatchlings that come out the egg or that are growing up, and their first form of defense is to snap at you. Yeah. But that's just them being, you know, rambunctious and small. But yeah, I mean, as far as they're absolutely harmless. So I mean, I guess it makes me feel good that you would say that you're like afraid of them. Nervous is one thing. I think I would be nervous around anything that I'm not familiar with. Right. To be honest. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I would say nervous, not afraid.
Okay.
Now a ball python.
A ball python.
Now, if I see a little garden situation, I'm going the other way.
Well, I think it's Mr. Coughlin today.
Yeah. It's my first.
Yes, and it was good. I was a little like nervous that you were gonna drop one of my snakes. I'm like, oh god, don't. You know, like my hand was like, but you did amazing.
I did amazing. I still can like feel her.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of weird, but it's fine. It's like, you know how like if something's up there, not even like pressure, and then it's released, it's like you still can feel the
They're very, I mean, she's very heavy. I had her when she could fit in the palm of my hand. So it's amazing like watching them grow and change.
How old is she?
She should be about 2 years old, 2.5 years. Yep. So This is going to be her first year being bred, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they can live for about 40 years. Is the longest recorded age of a bull python. Yeah. Wow. Insane. So it's really like long term, you know, I think that's a pro and a con, you know what I'm saying? You know, you don't want an animal that's going to die after a couple of years, but then it's actually a commitment. So, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Yay! So again, my friend Malaron, if you guys are not familiar with her, and some of you might not be, but I did a podcast with her a couple months ago. She has a podcast called Baddies with Business. And it pretty much features Black women who are doing amazing things related to their business ventures and their entrepreneurships, and it's amazing. So if you guys have not heard of her, make sure that you check her out on social media. She is on Instagram, and are you on Facebook?
And Facebook.
And Facebook. I'm going to link everything down in the description. I'll link the episode that I did with her in the description too, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, so thank you so much. Yeah. You're my first guest, so hopefully not the last guest.
Sign up.
That's right.
I don't know if it's in the description. Right here, sign up.
Right.
Subscribe to our channel.
Exactly. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And if you want to be featured on my channel for a First Time Friday, hit me up, send me a message, comment on the video. Let me know if you're in Indianapolis. I have a pretty flexible schedule, and I'm sure we can work something out. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Mallory. I'll see you guys next time.